Hello, my name is Joan Borton. I'm the author of MarriageAbility, and I'd like to share with you a section of Chapter 3 on vows and dreams. Dreams that drew you together. Why did you marry your spouse? Many believe they found just the right man or woman. When Jerry told a friend he met all the criteria I asked God for in a husband, his friend commented, "I guess she didn't have an extensive list. Maybe just a man who is breathing?" Contrary to his friend's tongue-in-cheek remark, I married the man of my dreams, and he is much more than just breathing. Jerry is an overcomer with a quick and witty sense of humor. He's full of passion, integrity, and a deepening love for God and me. Simply put, he's the man God created to be my junior shepherd here on earth. This explains why I chose Jerry. But why did he choose me? He might say when I visited, we lived 3 time zones apart, I stocked his freezer with homemade TV-type dinners. I was trying to entice him to avoid fast food and encourage better nutrition. His married friends told him that alone was reason to marry me. Hopefully, that was not the only factor. Using a power wheelchair is only one facet of Jerry's life. Admittedly, it's significant. We don't downplay the effect of disability because it has a profound impact on every area of our relationship. But he, like your spouse, is much more than his disability. Perhaps in learning to overcome challenges, God prepared him to marry a strong-willed, independent woman. I'm grateful that my often rough-edged character flaws didn't scare him away. Jerry is an ambitious soul. He has never pulled back from hard times or missed an opportunity to speak up about injustice. His mom claimed he was born with a suitcase in his hand, ready to move out and take on the world. He evidenced this the day he entered 1st grade. After only one morning in the classroom, his mom picked him up and took him home. Expecting to enjoy lunch and go back to school, he was surprised when she sat him in front of the television. He asked why. She explained, "We thought it would be good for you to try a half day, and if that went well, work up to a full day." He quickly realized that by attending only half days, he would be gray before he graduated. Plus, he had successfully completed half-day kindergarten the year before. Little Jerry responded, "Wouldn't it be better to try a full day? And if that doesn't work, cut back to half a day?" His mom took him back to school and told the teacher, "He's all yours." Psalm 139 speaks of the purposeful design in each person's creation. For some, that means encountering disability from birth. For others, disability unfolds much later when an accident or illness occurs. Yet others may never find their lives directly touched by disability. This psalm, in concert with Genesis 1:27, assures us that each person bears the image of God. Since disability is how God purposefully knit some people together, we know that His image isn't reflected in our bodies, our intellect, or our language skills. Instead, it is the very breath of God in our souls, our inmost beings, that makes us who we are. Our marriage looks nothing like what we see portrayed in Hollywood. But then, whose does? Disability means that our family looks different from that of many of our able-bodied friends. Yet God's design and purpose for our life together does not differ from that of anyone else. The difference is in how we work out that design. When the day-to-day realities of life wear me down, or I'm tired of the impact of disability, I reflect on what drew me to love this man. On those days when our communication keeps missing, or I'm frustrated with his drive, I recall who I know him to be, an image bearer who doesn't intentionally irritate me. That isn't his character. When we know we're moving into a busy or stressful phase of life, one of us is likely to comment, "Let's remember we're on the same team." Even though things may feel out of control for a time, let's assume the best of each other in our conversations and comments. If disability has changed your spouse, many of the things you first loved probably remain intact, despite the overshadowing of a medical condition. Look for manifestations of their personality and glimmers of your character that drew you to them. Dreaming into the future. Jerry and I spent hours on our dates and through our engagement talking about how we would minister, serve, and travel together. We considered how his life would become easier and he'd gain time in his day because I'd help him with his personal care. I'd assist him in doing physical therapy exercises to extend his functional abilities. We planned that I would continue to camp with friends and travel on international mission trips with his blessing. The pictures we created in our heads were beautiful, fully accessible, and free of bumps in the road. Working and ministering together, we've done that for half our married life. While this was exciting, memorable, and fulfilling, we've learned how competitive we are. Our reality looks little like the picture we'd imagined. Assisting with personal care and therapy routines, we didn't expect that several years into marriage, I too would need therapy exercises to maintain my ability to help him. If we both did all the stretching recommended for our various body parts, this activity would fill every day. So we pick and choose. Helping him with his routine diminished my previously free and flexible schedule and added some wear and tear to my body. Traveling? In our first 20 years, we traveled around the country and enjoyed brief ventures to some islands accessible by cruise ship. International mission trips for me haven't continued as we'd hoped. God impressed on me that this is not my time to go overseas, even if it is for kingdom work. I pushed back and fought against that, with God, not Jerry. But God held firm. My place, my job, my primary ministry is to and with my husband. Our marriage looks very little like what we'd expected during our engagement, but this doesn't mean it isn't beautiful. My picture of beauty has changed, realistically acknowledging and dealing with bumps. Even enormous obstacles contributes to my new view of true beauty. I value rugged strength, not a flawless exterior. It has been healthy for me to acknowledge that I too have experienced the death of certain goals. But perhaps some were simply dreams. What God has granted us in place of those is a stronger appreciation of and love for one another, a deeper understanding of what is important in life, and gratitude for the time and opportunities we have. Oh, and He also gave us new visions to consider together.